Chapter 9. Click, click. The sharp, keratinous sound of Scalia's hidden claw tapping against the plastic casing of the control console was the only sound in the sweltering observation bunker. He twisted a dial, and on monitor 4, the digital feed magnified, pushing past the parted plastic curtain to frame the trembling back of Arthur Deneston. Scalia had seen this exact tableau play out before. It was a morbid, recurring rerun, tragicomedy, starring various shades of mammalian arrogance. They always thought it was just a machine. They sneaked in, their hearts full of terrestrial hubris, thinking they could just find a hidden latch, strap into a bucket seat, and blast off into the cosmos like one of their infantile comic book heroes. They didn't understand that the sport model wasn't a vehicle. It was an apex predator of the mind. To an unprepared intellect, the ship was a psychic woodchipper. It was less a steady, safe medium of fast transport, and more an active, localized minefield of non-Euclidean terror. Scalia let out a low, vibrating hiss that rattled the synthetic vocal cords of his human disguise. He knew the danger intimately. It hadn't just been human scientists and grunts who had been reduced to weeping, hollow-eyed husks. The ship made no distinction between the soft pink cattle and the hardened, superior biology of his own kind. He remembered Sub-Commander Vrax. Vrax had been impatient, a hot-blooded zealot who believed he could bypass the multi-generational infiltration, hijack the Sovereign-class vessel, and spearhead the Mars return mission himself. Vrax had breached this very hangar decades ago, intent on bringing the craft to heel for his own glory. The memory of that resultant mess still made Scalia's primary stomach contract. When the emergency containment teams finally entered the chamber hours later, they hadn't found a body. They had found geometry. Vrax's biological and psychic matter had been folded inside out, pulled through a localized tear in the fourth dimension, and fused to the hangar floor in fractal shapes that made the human cleanup crew spontaneously hemorrhage. It had been the ultimate, horrifying warning. If Scalia so much as entertained the thought of interfacing with that viscous illuminate shell, he might as well sign the death warrant for the entire surviving reptilian race. The ship's internal consciousness, a splinter of the universe controlling superintelligence they had rebelled against eons ago, was completely unforgiving. It remembered the old war. The humans and the AI, Scalia hissed, his forked tongue tasting the stale, hyper-conditioned air of the bunker. They will not win that easily. He settled back into his ergonomic chair, the skin suit pulling painfully tight across the ridges of his spine. He didn't expect Deneston to fly the ship. He expected the ship to feast. He expected a spectacular, violent unravelling of human sanity. High above the hangar floor, hidden in the cold labyrinth of steel grinders and shadowed catwalks, a high-definition, military-grade security camera silently adjusted its internal servo motors. The lens whirred, zooming in tighter and tighter on the small, white-coated figure of the technician, capturing the exact moment the primate reached out his hand to touch the face of the universe. Scalia didn't blink. He sat in the dark, waiting for the screams to start, ready for his evening viewing pleasure.